Good morning children. Today we are going to learn some important topic, how to prepare for examination effectively. So I am telling 10 tips to get good score in your upcoming examinations. The first one is study smaller portions at one go. So you need to take smaller portions in order to get encouragement or in order to get interest, so you will able to memorize very easy for exam day. You can memorize the concepts in easy way when you are writing on examinations day. So second one is don't study more than 2 hours at a stretch. So you have to study for continuously 2 hours only, then you will take or allow 10 to 20 minutes break in between your study so that you can regain your concentration back. Otherwise you will lose the interest in studying the subject or lessons. And the third one is give mind regular breaks. So you have to give regular breaks to the your mind. Why? Because keep your mind free from stress. If you are not giving break to the mind, it gives stress on your mind, so that you are unable to regain the strength or regain the interest to study the concepts or lessons. So in the meanwhile, when you are taking regular break at a 10 to or 20 minutes, so you need to discuss with your friends about what you have studied so far, and plan your next round of studying with your friends or relatives or your teachers, whatever it is. So you need to give a break, regular break to the your mindset, so that you can relieve from stress. And the fourth one, focus more on core material. So core material means it consists of principles, theorems, formulae, diagrams, graphs, and illustrations. So these are the 60 to 70% you will get uh, questions asked in an examination from core material. For example, in mathematics we have graphs. For example, in science we have diagrams. For example, in maths or theorems we have principles, formulas. So these are the core materials we need to study very well. More focus on the core material, then you will get 60 to 70% of marks in the your final examination. Next, fifth point is shift between subject categories. So when plan your study list for the day, first you have to prepare a study list for the particular day. What subject we have to study, which lesson we have to study, how much we have to study. First we have to create a plan for it. So memory dependent subjects, these are three types. One, memory dependent subjects like biology, history, geography. And second one is problem solving subjects such as mathematics, physics, etc. So third one is interpretation based subjects, which is English. So we need to concentrate these subjects and prepare well balanced study list when you are studying these subjects like biology, physics, maths, geography, etc. We need to concentrate very hard for these subjects, so that we need to categorize these subjects. When some subject is difficult for you, you can take alternative subject like maths, so that you will get some interest when you are doing problems. Then you can change the other subject like biology or history for changing subjects. And the sixth one, learn and write. So when you are studying, we have to highlight important portion or points. We need to understand, we need to underline the points which we have to uh, recap again in your notebook or textbook. So read important points aloud. So when you are studying or when you are reading, it should be a loud voice so that it stores in your memory very easily. And the seventh one, use proven note taking a strategy. So use proven note taking strategies. That is, proper note making or taking is very important in completing the syllabus. So how we have to follow SQ5R, which is the shortcut. S means short for survey, Q means question, 5R means read, record, recite, review. These are the 5, and reflect, which are the 5R we can follow. Short for survey, mark important areas. We need to identify the which one is the important, which one is not important. Don't take more than 10 to 10 minutes. When you are making survey, it has to be less than 10 minutes. So then questions, we need to uh, identify the question, which one is important, which one is not important. If you are studying a non-important question for a longer period time, so it is a waste of time. So that you have to identify the question which is important, which one is not important. Read, record, recite. Go through the text again and record important points, so in your own words. So we need to go through the textbook and underline the important points in your own words, so that you can recognize or you can write the definition very easily. And the sixth one is review. Ask yourself the questions we have noted and see if you can answer them properly. You have to verify yourself as a teacher, as a student. So you can ask yourself regarding the lesson, regarding the question, and answer and write the answer in the notebook and verify it in the textbook or material, whether you have to write the answer correctly or incorrectly, so that you can re-emphasize or recollect, or you can get the all the points in the material in a proper manner. Reflect, repeat the above steps and reflect on the topic you learned till the completely memorized. So this proper process is completely this process is completely used till you will get the answer, or till you will get the maximum number of points of the question. Suppose for example, if an essay question having 10 points, when you are reading first time you will get 3 points, and the second time you will get 5 points, the third time you will get 8 points. So when you are studying fourth time you will get 10 points. So one person can learn at a time 5 points, one person can learn 8 points, one person can learn 10 points at a time based on their capacity and based on their capability. So second one is how we can write Cornell notes. So it is an effective 3-column method, so which we can write like this. Suppose I am taking for example heat in physics, which is chapter 1. So subheading like this: temperature, heat, equilibrium, evaporation, like this. Like subheadings is there, specific heat, like this. We have to note down the definition like this, or we have to write the measurements or conversations or whatever it is, the relevant notes should be written like this. So it is very easy to remember or recollect easily. When you are seeing the direct subheadings, we can easily identify it, or we can easily write the answer in a specific manner. The next one is use visual cues for easy memorizing. So you can stick a couple of charts on your wall or your whiteboard, wherever you can see frequently. Keep these in front of your eyes all the time will help you. So you can stick the charts, you can live or you can stay for a longer period of time, you can see that very easily. So when you are going in and around of the room, so you will see the charts and you will recognize or you will remember the concepts very easily. And the ninth one is revise within 24 hours. So if you study a lesson or a question, so one person can recognize or understand 50% of lesson on a particular day. Other person, when it is read by second time, he will understand the lesson 70%. So when the third time it has read by the student, he can understand the 100% of the lesson. So when any new information you learn needs to be recapped or reviewed and reinforced within 24 hours, so that you can remember or you can store the concepts in your memory very easily. And the last thing, sleep 7 to 8 hours every night or every day, so which is very important of the student's life. So when students when the students are going to write examinations, they will take night outs. So that is that is no use of night outs. If you plan a proper way, sleep 7 to 8 hours every day and plan a good uh, chart for preparation, so you will make good success in your examinations. So sleep 7 to 8 hours a night to make sure all of your days studying is actually retained by your brain. So if you give non-stress to your body or a brain, you are allowing a sleep of 7 to 8 hours, so your brain can act very well, and your brain is ready to uh, take your inputs when you are studying regularly like this. So children, if you follow these 10 steps, you will able to answer the questions, you will to learn the concepts in a very effectively and properly. Children, if you have any doubts, please WhatsApp to my WhatsApp number 90632549001, or you can comment on my YouTube channel Naveen's Classroom, so that I'm able to answer your questions by WhatsApp or by making videos on YouTube. So you can understand very well the lessons and follow my channel and share it to your friends, as many friends as you can. So I'll take tomorrow class as chapter number 4 in mathematics, linear equations in two variables, 4 marks questions. So keep waiting for my next video. Thank you.